At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good morning and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather this morning. I appreciate y'all waking up bright and early post-Christmas to come spend y'all's morning with me and to get ready for the Friday and weekend ahead. So let's just jump right into the broadcast to get you ready for everything that we are expecting this weekend. Starting off, we're going to see some patchy fog to start the day off. We showed kind of some cameras earlier on in the 6:30 broadcast, or the 7 o'clock broadcast. 7 a.m. I'm so sorry. I'm used to the evening broadcast. But starting to see some of that patchy fog move across North Mississippi, but that'll kind of start clearing on out even the further into the morning hours we get. Already starting to see that occur right now. But we're going to see a beautiful but warm weekend ahead. So as long as you're fine with these above average conditions that we've been experiencing pretty much all week long, you're good to go for this weekend. We're seeing pretty much dry conditions for your Friday, Saturday, and most of your Sunday, but rain and cooler air will eventually return. That's going to be the end of the weekend. So end of Sunday, going into your Monday, that's where we can finally start to see those average, but pretty much below average conditions finally return here to North Mississippi. So definitely an eventful few days coming on up, and we're going to make sure to keep you updated all weekend long as we get closer and closer towards that eventual cold front moving closer and closer. But take a live look out here in Amory. You can kind of see maybe some patchy fuzzy areas of fog down low, but also kind of some low level clouds moving on through. 61 degrees, feels like 61 as well. 6-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the south, but still beautiful start to the day, but pretty much going to be a cloudy start to the day all across North Mississippi, especially out there in Amory and here in Rolling Fork. 65 degrees, feels like 65 as well, kind of clouds moving on through, not really seeing much activity going on, and that is a good thing to see as we get ready for the Friday ahead. Going to be a beautiful day. And then we have another camera out here in West Point. I wanted to put this one in just because we can kind of start seeing the clouds break a little bit, starting to see that blue behind them, but not just a gray sight to see. So definitely a good camera to throw in to kind of show some prettier conditions eventually making their way here into North Mississippi. But 62 degrees, feels like 62, not seeing much of any wind out there in West Point as you get your day started off. But taking a look at the first 12, like I mentioned earlier, kind of could see some patchy areas of fog, but that's still moving on out of our area. Not going to be much of a threat as we continue into the few hours we have left of that fog. But 61 degrees by 8 o'clock, warming on up, seeing low 70s by 2 o'clock, still seeing those mostly cloudy conditions, but they're going to move on out of our area. We're going to start seeing partly cloudy conditions return, transitioning into mostly clear by the evening, cooling on off, still seeing mid 60s by 8 o'clock later on tonight. But let's take a live look here at Mississippi Live Weather Radar. I was fascinated by this earlier during the 7 o'clock because I've never broadcasted this early in the day before. But notice, we have dry conditions all across North Mississippi, but then these kind of green specks started popping up during that broadcast. And it's really interesting, and I wanted to show y'all, it's not rain. But the radar is picking up on something, and if I were to loop it for the past, let's go, hour, you're going to see kind of a ring pop up. It's very for a split second. And that's because these are all birds leaving their nest bright and early when the sun starts to hit them. I'm going to see if I can try to draw it out just a little bit. Oh, I didn't click my marker. Here, let's restart. Click that. Click. Oh, no. My marker doesn't work. Okay, well, basically, I was going to show y'all, you can kind of see like the little ring pop up for just a second, and that's all the birds leaving their nest, kind of spreading on out. We call those roost rings on radar. So no, not raining outside of Amory or Shannon. That's all birds leaving their nest. We are still seeing dry conditions, not only within this area, but all across North Mississippi as we start off our Friday and pretty much heading into the rest of the day ahead. So just wanted to share that. Thought it was really cool because I've never seen that live before. But take a live look here on surface analysis to kind of see what's going on, not only in our viewing area, but pretty much the southeast and country in general. Kind of see a low pressure system up north traveling across Chicago. That's what's responsible for all the rain and snow pretty much across Michigan into Canada and starting into New York. But that cold front, you can see that kind of moving closer and closer towards North Mississippi, makes us believe that's going to be the cold front that cools us off. We start seeing rain chances No, that cold front's not going to do anything. If anything, it'll just push on this cloud cover out of our area before it starts to build back up for your Saturday. It's a cold front all the way out west that will eventually make its way across the country, and that's what's going to be responsible for our cool down and rain chances going into your Sunday night. So still got a ways to go before that cold front reaches us. Just don't be fooled by this one. Not really going to impact us whatsoever as we continue. But I keep talking about that cold front making its way to North Mississippi, and I wanted to kind of include what the next few days look like. We're starting off Friday this morning, that cold front just west of us out there in Arkansas. It's going to move on through. You can kind of see that clearing start to take on place later on this afternoon. Still not the best demonstration, but I'll show you that cloud clearing later on in this broadcast. But that low pressure system continue moving on east, keeping all that weather north of us. But as we continue into your Saturday as well, that cloud cover kind of going to be a cloudy, warm weekend ahead. Also, a dry weekend. Models trying to show some bubbles of green isolated showers. Not really expecting that for your Saturday. This is Saturday at 1 o'clock. But there's another cold front that we're tracking, and that's going to be Sunday night. Starting to see it get closer and closer. This is Sunday morning at 8 a.m., but still all the way out in Oklahoma into Missouri and Kansas. Very far out from North Mississippi. But as we continue into your Sunday evening, it's still kind of on the doorsteps by Sunday night. This is at 7:30, but each model keeps pushing it further and further back, kind of delaying the process of that cold front making its way here. But that's what's responsible for these rainy conditions, potentially some stormy conditions as well, and what will be responsible for our major drop in temperatures ahead. So definitely some good news on the horizon with temperatures. We're going to make sure to continue tracking that out to see what that kind of looks like with those rain chances, storm chances, as we get closer and closer towards your Sunday ahead. But Futurecast for right now, kind of focusing on North Mississippi more in general to kind of show you that cloud cover. As we track out the rest of your Friday going into the lunchtime hour, still seeing that blanket of cloud cover all across North Mississippi. It's not until the afternoon, evening where we start to see that cloud cover start moving on out, seeing those partly cloudy conditions return. This is at 5 o'clock, kind of seeing where it's more on the eastern half of our viewing area as opposed to the clearing taking place in the Delta and out west. But further into the evening, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Later on this evening, starting to see pretty much clear conditions all across North Mississippi. That southerly wind still blowing into North Mississippi before that cloud cover starts to build on back later on tonight and into your Saturday morning. But the next 24 shows us waking up, starting off with those low 60s, working our way up towards the mid 70s as we get closer and closer towards lunchtime. That cloud cover going to move on out before building back in, starting to see temperatures in the mid 60s by 9 o'clock later on tonight. But of course, I want to give you a full in-depth look on those rain chances for Friday and Saturday. Spoiler, not really going to see many, but kind of what to expect for those temperatures and building up to those rain chances for your Sunday. All that's coming up after this break.
The clock is ticking on Room to Room's year-end clearance sale. For 5 days only, get half off furniture, mattresses, and Christmas decor, plus 20% off accessories. 5 days with 60-month special financing, and we pay the sales tax now at Room to Room.
As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham & Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham & Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 7:30 this morning. Let's take a live look out here in Macon. Beautiful skies above if you like that cloudy kind of overhanging skies. I always enjoyed this scene, but 61 degrees, feels like 61. Nothing going on out there, just some beautiful shade as you start off the day. Going to be a beautiful, warm, cloudy day ahead, but as long as you're fine with that, it's going to be a great start to the weekend ahead, especially for the Friday heading into your Saturday. But here's another live look out there in Oxford, kind of seeing more colors up there in the sky as that cloud cover continues to move on through. 63 degrees, feels like 63, but kind of breezy. 11-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the south as well. So those clouds continue pushing on through, still blanketing all of North Mississippi as we start off our morning. But taking a look at that morning planner, we're seeing temperatures reach the mid 60s by 9 o'clock, seeing those mostly cloudy skies above. That's going to stay consistent throughout the morning hours, building into lunchtime. Then it'll start clearing out later on throughout the day. We're seeing temperatures reach the upper 60s, eventually low 70s by lunchtime around 11 o'clock later on today. But for any of those traveling, especially post-Christmas, getting back to the family, anything going on for any post-Christmas plans, we're not seeing any delays out here in the southeast, especially here in North Mississippi, but still pretty much across the country, not seeing any delays. So definitely some good news for pretty much the busiest time of the year, especially for a lot of family and friends traveling. Definitely a good sight to see as we wrap up any Christmas plans and get ready for the New Year's plans ahead. But of course, with it being Friday, still no school as we are enjoying Christmas break. We woke up to see temperatures in the low 60s with some areas experiencing some patchy fog. We're warming up towards the upper 60s by snack o'clock later on this afternoon and early lunchtime, then seeing that send help. Low 70s later on this afternoon as all the kids are going to be enjoying their new toys from Santa. It's definitely going to be chaotic later on this afternoon. I know I'm going to enjoy some of my presents later on today. And that countdown to sanity getting closer and closer to zero, but we're soaking up every minute off of school, so I cannot wait to enjoy the rest of break. But Futurecast still showing those mostly cloudy conditions above as we continue into the morning hours ahead, kind of blanketing us as we continue into our Friday, even by lunchtime. Not really seeing any breaks in that cloud cover. It's not until later on in the afternoon and evening where that cloud cover starts pushing on out of North Mississippi. Starting to see that clearing take place earlier out in the Delta and out west. This is by 6:30 later on this evening. But tracking out into those overnight hours, getting you ready for your Friday night into your Saturday morning. Seeing that clearing take place all across North Mississippi pretty much by that 10 o'clock broadcast later on tonight. But by 11, 12, 1 o'clock, seeing that cloud cover push on out and then build back in. So not really going to see much of a clearing for a long, going to be another cloudy start to your day for your Saturday, but definitely going to see somewhat of a clearing take place later on today into those evening overnight hours. But those high temperatures as we continue into the afternoon hours later on today, we're going to see mid 70s all across North Mississippi, 74 out here in Vernon, Columbus, Houston, 73 in Bruce, New Albany, Water Valley, 74, Tunica, Clarksdale, and Greenwood, 76 out there in Greenville. I think I said earlier, y'all are the winner with those high temperatures and feeling the warmest. Good news is those feels like values keeping you right there at 76, not boosting you up any further than you have to be. So even though it's above average, it's not going to feel humid or muggy throughout the day. So definitely some good news or a ray of light making its way into our forecast. But coming back to Futurecast, here's the model I'm not really agreeing with. This model trying to show constant rain coverage across North Mississippi throughout all of our Saturday. Notice very unorganized, very isolated, not really confident on these rain chances at all. This is Saturday morning, and it's going to kind of keep these bubbles all across North Mississippi throughout your day. But notice, not really going to be organized, strong in nature, not expecting many of these rain chances to occur across North Mississippi. That was around lunchtime going into those evening hours. I mean, look at these. You have to kind of zoom in. I don't know if y'all would have seen these if I didn't point out to some of them. I mean, look at that. I mean, the tiniest bubble possible. So I think this model is trying to give us something to look at. Maybe we could see an isolated shower, or shower is probably overextending it, maybe a sprinkle or two, but we should see mostly dry conditions for our Saturday. It's not until Sunday where we start to see those rain chances come back into your forecast, but that's going into Monday. But still, this model is still trying to give some isolated rain chances throughout your Saturday and into the overnight hours for your Sunday as well. But let's take a look at those high temperatures for your Saturday. Going to be a little bit warmer. So any outdoor plans you have, enjoy them today, as long as you can enjoy these above average conditions, because it gets a little bit more above average and warmer for your Saturday. Pretty much mid to upper 70s all across North Mississippi. 76, Amory, Tupelo, Houston, New Albany. 75, Holly Springs, Southaven, Senatobia, Clarksdale, Cleveland, Greenville, Belzona. 76, Greenwood, 76, Tunica. And then where was the winner? 77 out there in Bruce. So definitely going to be a little bit warm as you go throughout your Saturday. Those feels like values keeping you right there with those actual temperatures. So still could be worse, could feel muggy and humid, but thankfully, at least we're not feeling that humid and mugginess in December, but we are definitely feeling some fall-like values as we wrap up the last weekend of December. But here's the park planner. Since it's still going to be above average, warm and toasty outdoors, get outside, enjoy them before that Arctic air comes blasting into North Mississippi. Starting off with temperatures around 62 degrees tomorrow morning, seeing that cloud cover pretty much throughout the rest of your day. Warming on up towards 74 by lunchtime, 76, 3 o'clock, and then 69 later on at 7. So still talking about upper 60s by those early evening hours. But that 7-day forecast has kind of a lot to talk about as we get into the weekend, but the start of the next holiday week ahead. We're seeing highs in the low 70s for your Friday, 73, warming on up towards the mid-70s Saturday, so going to be a little bit warmer for your Saturday, keeping around the mid-70s for your Sunday, and then that's where we start to see those rain chances come back into the forecast. You kind of pretend there's a 10% there for your Saturday, especially with all those models showing chances of a sprinkle or two occurring across North Mississippi. But 20% for your Sunday as that cold front continues getting delayed further and further with each model run. Now seeing more confident on that Monday, around a 40% chance, but we're going from a high of mid-70s to low 40s for your Monday, seeing a low of 36. So starting to see average conditions return even below average. High of 40 for your Tuesday, low of 21. I mean, that is the definition of below average here in in North Mississippi, but with how above average we have been, I know we are not complaining one bit with those conditions finally making their way in. And of course, I'm covering up the best part of the 7-day forecast. I mean, mostly clear conditions, highs in the low 50s, upper 40s for your Wednesday and Thursday ahead. So definitely some good news on the horizon. Just got to get through a warm weekend ahead, and then those rain chances Sunday night into your Monday before we can enjoy them. But of course, we'll continue tracking them out all weekend long. And no better way to stay updated with us than with the iOS and Android app. We'll keep you updated all weekend long, and it'll let you know kind of when those rain chances are occurring, even hail, some stronger storms. Keep those warnings up to date. We'll let you know when we're going live as well. And speaking of, we'll be live later on this evening at 5, 6, and 10 as we wrap up our weekday schedule. And then, of course, I'll be back towards my weekend position at 6 and 10 tomorrow and Sunday. So definitely going to be talking about beautiful conditions all weekend long. And of course, as we get closer and closer towards Sunday and Monday, we'll have a better look at those rain chances as that cold front gets closer to us. But I enjoyed waking up bright and early with y'all on this beautiful Friday post-Christmas morning. And I hope y'all have an excellent Friday ahead. And if not, or if I don't see y'all again throughout this Friday, I will see y'all tomorrow at 6 and 10. So y'all have an excellent Friday, and I'll see y'all back here in the Room to Room Weather Center later on today.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy